When you are looking to improve your alternate picking skills on the guitar, which will just generally help as well with your fretting hand fluidity because of the synchronization between the two hands, one of the things that's very, very useful to do is take fragments of something like your basic minor pentatonic scale and loop them up so that you can drill in that two-handed synchronization and then work on building those up to speed. So that's what we're going to do in this video here. So what you can see on the screen right now is an exercise that comes from my High Intensity Guitar Technique Book 1. This is something that was once upon a time available as a printed book, but is now available only as a digital purchase from my own site. And if for anyone who's interested right now, I used to do a masterclass course that supported those books. You can get absolutely free access to that right now if you go to the links in the description or in the links in my bio. So what we're going to do with this is we are going to take this fragment of the A minor pentatonic scale. We've got two different ways of playing it. So if you see what is in front of you right now, on this left hand side between this repeat marking and this repeat marking, what you've got is a fragment where we're just playing the D string, frets 5 and 7, and then we're going to go to the G string and also play frets 5 and 7. So if I'm doing that with strict alternate picking, I'll be going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Do that super slow for you guys so you can see that. Down, up, down, up. Okay, that's quite a basic exercise. Now it's written in eighth notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my a chord with a drum and bass backing. So just an A minor 7. Now if I was to play that in straight eighth notes, it comes out like this. 1, 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for most people that would be highly achievable to play. There will be some players out there that will still find even doing something like that super difficult if you're in the really early stages of picking up the guitar. Like I said, if you want to go and grab that free masterclass course, that will show you the journey that you need to take to become the guitar player you want to be. Or as well, if you want to get hundreds more exercises like this, you can go and grab the actual books themselves and they'll show you the entry-level stuff even further, and then it'll take you a lot further. But what we want to do here, if you've got your guitar and you're ready to play along, what we want to do is just play along together so that you can get that under your fingers. Then we're going to do the descending version. The descending version is the one that you see next on the screen, just here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some ideas about how you can expand an example like this and take it much, much further. So this will be the sort of stuff that you would see in the books where it just goes, right, how can we do more than what's just written here? So first things first, we're going to play the ascending version, or the first bit, along to the backing. When I count us in, just straight eighth notes, we're going to do a few revolutions. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that going. A few more revolutions. Okay, so what we're going to do now is move to the second variation of that you see on your screen, and we're going to do that descending. So what that means is now we're playing 7, 5, 7, 5. Make sure you use fingers 1 and 3. That's much more sensible than anything else that you could probably use there. And then also as well, make sure that you're doing downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. So I'll just play it with the track to give you an idea of what it sounds like, then count you in for you to join along with me. So we've got... Okay, let's do it together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just stop the backing track for a moment and talk about how you would expand an exercise like this. You know, this will be all the sort of information and everything that you'd find in the books, but where a lot of guitar players go wrong with an exercise like this is that they'll see that, whether it's on somebody's YouTube channel, whether it's written up as a thing on a website somewhere or something like that. But what they'll do is they'll just play it exactly as it's written and then go, oh, that's a boring exercise or whatever. But what you want to do is a couple of different things. You can take an exercise like that vertically through a scale shape, or you can take it laterally along the neck as still through a scale shape. So if I take it vertically, if I start at the top two strings, let's say if I do it descending, what I'm doing is I've moved that first part of the exercise there to the top two strings. Okay, so I could do that on 5 different pairs of strings. I've got the E and B, that's pair 1. Then I've got B and G, pair 2, G and D, pair 3, D and A, pair 4, and then A and E, pair 5. So if I was to now go... So let's now have a look at doing that with the actual backing track. So I'm just going to show you the guitar here rather than the actual tab. If I put that on, and I've moved that exercise now to the top 2 strings, I've now changed the rhythmic groove that I'm using. I'm changing that to 16th notes as well, because I don't want to do it in 8th notes. I want to do it in 16th notes, so twice the speed. And if I play that on all of those string pairs, it's going to be... So I've now got basically an exercise that moves through the whole shape. The next thing that I would do is I'd look at taking that laterally along through the guitar. I'd stay on the same pair of strings, for example. So if I was to do the first one, ascending, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that to the next shape of the scale. So to do this, you'd need to know the 5 shapes of the minor pentatonic. So I'd go, that's shape 1, then I'm going to move to shape 2, oops, shape 3, shape 4, and then finally shape 5, then I'm back to shape 1. Now if you put some sort of lick on the end of it, you've got a way of exiting that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stick that backing track on and then show you playing that through the 5 shapes. So you get the idea of how you can expand that. Now of course the other thing that I've just done there is I've just added some sort of lick or something. So if I'm going like I've got a, that's kind of like a classic rock cliche lick exercise exit idea. So again, if I just play that exercise, now you could maybe just do like, then what you've done is you've taken something that you're practicing as an exercise into a lick, you know. Now, I'm not saying that anyone who's watching this would necessarily want to play that, but that is something that you could experiment with, of how you could take the exercises you're working on to improve your technique to turn them into some actual music. Okay guys, a couple of things to point you in the direction of is if you go to the link in my bio or the links in the description, you can get access to a free copy of the Cutting Edge Guitar Masterclass that goes along with the books. So as I've made these digital on my website, you can go and purchase the books if you want to. If you want to go and grab the masterclass, that is now absolutely free, not just to people who purchase the books, it's free to anyone. You can go and grab your own copy of that. But also on top of that, if you want even more help than a book or a course can provide, if you want to actually take a one-to-one class with me, there's an option for you to go and take a one-to-one class with me where I can diagnose a few issues for you and see if I can help you out on your way as a guitar player. So check all of those links out, and I'll see you in another video sometime soon. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care.